Dear students, in this video, we are going to study about merger as capital budgeting. So, how a merger will be treated as a capital budgeting and what capital budgeting is. See, generally, a capital budgeting is a concept where you require it for the long term purpose. Whenever you are doing any kind of capital investment for the long term purpose, which the benefit of that you will not expire very soon. So such expenditures you will be doing in your business or in your day-to-day life. So those all things are capital expenditures. And to have a capital expenditure in your business, so what we need to do is we have to plan for it. We have to do forecasting of it. We need to do budgeting of it. So that is what we call it as capital budgeting. Okay, it is called as capital budgeting. So merger, it is treated uh, as a capital budgeting because it involves huge amount of investment. It involves money from which should be collected from the different sources, and it is totally change in the um, role or change in the area of the operation of the business, we guess. So because of that, merger has to be called as a capital budgeting decision for an organization. A company a company decides one important capital budgeting through merger, like when two companies decide on merger after considering the financial statements, after the settle on initial non-disclosure agreement on merger, both the companies share their financials with each other. The acquiring company and the target company measures their performance in the past, present, and expects the future outcomes. So in capital budgeting, what happens here when they both companies are considering, and when they want to go for a merger, they need to study, they need to consider their financial statements. They have to look after their performance of not only about past, present, and future outcomes. Also they need to see both the company, acquiring company and target company, should focus on their performance. So why? Because their basic fundamental here is to decide on how capital budgeting will have a impact, right? And what kind of impact it is going to have on a business, right? So we call merger as a total decision related to a capital budgeting, because it is not just having an impact on one company, it has an impact on both the companies. There are some expenditures which are done, and those expenditures will have an impact only on a particular time and a particular place or a division or a company. But here, when you do a merger, it has an impact and effect on both the companies. So such decisions are capital budgeting. Now, merger as one capital budgeting, because a merger and acquisition is one of the most important decision in capital budgeting. When a capital budgeting is done, like there are various capital budgeting decisions which a organization or a company will take. Like they want to buy a land, they want to buy a building, they want to invest in machineries. Okay, they want to invest various places in the fixed assets. Now those are the capital budgeting, no doubt. But more than that, merger and acquisition is the most important decision in capital budgeting. So whenever a company will set any kind of priorities, like which capital budgeting will come first, like investing in land or building or machines, right? Or any other kind of capital assets. Now in these all priorities, in these all things, if anything is more and more important when you go for a merger, is merger and acquisition. Investment in that is the most important kind of capital budgeting. This merger is evaluated with two perspectives separately. Whenever the merger and acquisition is done, it is evaluated, because evaluation of capital budgeting is very very important. And see, when you go do any other kind of investments in capital assets, you are going with some investment evaluation techniques, right? Like NPV, IRR, right? Profitability index, accounting rate of return, average rate of return, right? So modified internal rate of return. But apart from these all, rates, apart from those all investment evaluation techniques, in case of a merger, the merger is evaluated with two other perspectives separately. So what are those? Those are like exchange rate determinations. Now, whenever a company has been merged, while we find that that company is of a foreign company and your company is a domestic company, or you find that the company with whom you're merged, they have majority of their business in foreign countries. In those cases, we need to determine the exchange rate, right? The profit what they are earning, that might be there in dollars, pound, or any other currencies. So we need to determine the exact amount of exchange rate by converting those all things in terms of Indian rupees. Okay, so that is the first we can call as determinant, or that is the first method of evaluation for going for a capital budgeting decision. Second is impact on income per share. How the capital budgeting as a merger will have an impact on income per share. Okay, if you go for a merger, will it have a positive impact or will it has a negative impact? Usually main focus is given on income per share, better than that of exchange rate, because exchange rate sometimes they are controllable, sometimes they are not in the control of any company, because it is determined by some external forces and external factors, right? Like it is totally related to one economy or a country. But when you see about income per share, this is directly related to a share and a shareholder of your company, right? Income per share. All right. When your shareholders are getting very less income after going for a merger, then that capital budgeting will not have any value. So usually the main focus is given on income per share, but when it is the capital budgeting on total, right, the main focus we are going to give on income per share, impact on income per share compared to exchange rate determination. And you will determine, you will understand that rather than income per share, it is free cash flow that grabs more attention. Again, in income per share, there is this subdivided, we need to see about cash flows, right? So if you go for a capital budgeting, what will be the forecasted cash flows, right? Forecasted cash flows. The capital budgeting in case of a merger is a cash outflow, right? You did so much of investments and that was like a cash outflow for you. And after doing that, all kind of cash outflows, whether the merger is going to give have whether it has any kind of a positive impact, whether you'll get a free cash flow, or you will get a more income per share. So those are the things which has to be evaluated separately in case of merger on a capital budgeting decisions. Then an acquiring company scrutinizes the target company's financials by considering 5 to 10 years of cash flow. This way the target company's evaluation is done by the acquiring company and only the merger is finalized, then only the merger is finalized. So the merger, when they are doing it, the scrutinizing of the target company's financial things like cash flows of last from 5 to 10 years will be studied, right? The target companies, whatever cash flows are there, how much cash outflow they have been doing from the last 5 to 10 years, and what are their cash inflows from last 5 to 10 years, whether there has been improvement in the cash inflows from time to time. These all things an acquiring company is going to see. And similarly, the target company will also evaluate the acquiring company, and they will also see that how the target company has their cash flows, and how their outflows are there, what improvement is happening in the cash flows of the target company. Even acquiring company will also study. Then after doing all those things, they are going, after finally they are going to finalize the merger, because this is a way that a very very important decision or capital budgeting decision we call as a merger. How will you evaluate a target company? Okay, how you are going to evaluate a target company? Only after evaluation or evaluating the target company's profitability, that the acquiring company finalizes the merger. The most important thing which evaluation the target company generally does is the profitability. that acquiring company finalizes the merger. That most important thing is profitability. Other things are different because merger are taken purely on the basis of profitability. So to do this, what they do is the first thing they are going to analyze, that is financial statements. This is considered to be the first step after deciding a merger. Both the companies financials are shared with each other, but the sharing is done in discussion stage. So if the acquiring company is interested, they can find about the target company's cash flow, debts, profit, expenses through other sources like major customers, interviews, and competitive companies. So the first thing what they are going to evaluate, right, both the companies financial things will be shared, and the companies will evaluate each other, right? Their financial kind of things will be discussed. The acquiring company is interested, they can find about the target company's cash flow, they can do see, right? And the acquiring company can see about the debts, profit, expenses by various things like how many customers they are having, by interviews, by competitive companies, etc. Then they can evaluate thoroughly about a company. So this is how a target company will evaluate a company, right? Then secondly, after evaluating the financial statements, the next thing is income statement. Before a merger, both the companies can measure their revenue lines and compile their income statements to calculate their combined profitability. From the income statements, and company can find out about expenses of that other company, and also if they are actually using the resources properly or not. Okay, after studying about financial statement by the target company and even acquiring company, the next statement what they are going to study is income statement. So both the companies, they will see about the revenue, right? So the target company will see the revenue of acquiring company, and acquiring company will look after the revenue of target company, and they are going to see their income statement, right? How well the income statement is, whether it is a sound financial statement, or the financial statement is not sound, that they are going to see. And they are going to see their combined profitability. Okay, if they are merging with each other, if the company is being acquired or merged, what will be their combined profitability? First they studied about individual profitability, revenues, and now after doing it, after if they go for a merger in future, so what will be the combined profitability? That also they have to analyze and study. And from the income statements, and any company can find out about the expenses what they are doing, right? What expenses are done by the target company, what expenses are done by the acquiring company. Those all things they will study in detail. And if there are any resources which are not properly utilized or not utilized at all, those are the points they can highlight it, and they can ask about the clarification about that. Okay, so this is the second thing which a company is going to evaluate, that is income statement. Third is balance sheet. Okay, from evaluation of a merger as a capital budgeting, you will find the balance sheet will provide information on land, equipments, commonly known as assets, and financial leverage, such known as debts. So combining the company's balance sheet will deliver useful information. Okay, so here in the financial statement was studied, the other financial statements, but here they are going to study thoroughly about balance sheet. So the things whatever things are mentioned in the balance sheet, like your assets are there, your fixed assets are there, like land, equipment, building, right, machines. Even on the liability side, whatever things are mentioned, like your capital, like your loan, whatever you're taken, debentures you're mentioned on your liability side. So those all things will be studied in detail, and after that the combining of the balance sheet will be done. Both the company's balance sheet will be combined, and what kind of information and output they are going to get, that will be seen. Okay, so that is also a kind of evaluation which is very important, third step. And after that the final evaluation is cash flow statement. Okay, so this is the final evaluation, where after combining the statements, it is necessary adjustment in the tax rate, interest rate, expenses are calculated to finally measure the cash flow of this merger. Okay, finally they will study about the cash flow statement of both the companies, and they will combiningly they will prepare a statement of both the company's cash flow statement, and a common cash flow statement will be prepared. And after doing all the adjustments like removing the tax, interest rate, expenses, etc., and what kind of inflows, what amount of inflows they are getting by the merger, and on that you will see what kind of impact it has, whether the merger has a positive impact or a merger has a negative impact. Right, these all things will tell us. The financial statement, income statement, balance sheet, and even cash flow statement will tell us about the impact of merger on both the target company as well as on the acquiring company.